Hey guys, welcome back to Trekyards. I'm Captain Foley.
I am Commander Cockings.
That's right, I'm joined by my first officer who's the best at absolutely everything, and I love this man. So, anyway, today we're going to
You're
talk
happy, aren't
about...
you? Something's happened to make you exceptionally in a good mood. That's the only
Why,
reason
because
you
I
do
complimented you?
that. Only reason
Really?
for that. Yes.
That's not very nice. I'm always in a good mood. No, I'm not. All right, yeah, something did happen. We got a new trailer for Discovery, and there's been some exciting buzz about it. We did a live on it, and it got some great reactions. So,
D7's in the trailer. So we're happy.
RD7's in the trailer.
As ship guys.
We have a separate video about that as well if you're interested in that particular nugget. But today we're talking about something kind of related to that, and that would be the new appearance of the Klingons that Glenn Hetrick promised us was going to happen in season 2. And we've broken down the trailer. Well, Samuel's broken down the trailer because, like I said, he's amazing. And we're going to look at these Klingons that we see and discuss what's new and exciting about them.
So they weren't in the first trailer, and I specifically called out saying, okay, they've probably saved that because they want to show certain promotional things. The second trailer might be Klingon focused. Wasn't quite focused, but we got the reveal. Probably if they'd done too much in the first trailer, it would have been too much talk about, I guess. They got double buzz by doing 2. And you're right, in the panel, I haven't watched the panel, but I read a news article about it saying that Glenn Hetrick did not approve of no hair. He fought to keep the hair, but Brian Fuller gave him no option. And so when he got the chance to do this redesign, he jumped on it and thoroughly wanted to rejigger them to look more canon. So yay. It just shows you how, when they're season 1 and the directive is one thing, they can't say what they really feel because they're not allowed to. Which is what we're going to find, I think, Discovery in 5 years' time of how season 1 was really like a... Yeah. But season 2, we saw this first image Stuart, and you can tell it's a Klingon. And guess what? I can't see his lack of ears things, and his thing that goes, I can't see it. Why can't I see his ears?
Because he's got hair, and it's glorious long Klingon hair.
Yes. And a subtle thing, actually, is that all their armor is now leathery and organic, and it looks more like Klingon armor, more civilian Klingon armor, rather than the thing they were all wearing. Except that one prison ship, they had great armor. That was great design. But away from the ceremonial stuff that just was very impractical, we're back to sort of Klingon-looking thing. So this was our first look, and then just a secondary shot. It's worth noting, because it could have just been a one-off Klingon, but this other Klingon woman has hair too. Just wanted to point out.
Yeah, and I think this might be L'Rell, because look who's standing behind her. That is definitely Tyler Vach. I like his armor, I gotta say.
Yeah. I'm really excited about season 2 Klingons.
I am, actually, yeah. And I think this is going to be a separate standalone story from the whole Pike and Enterprise issue thing.
It's going to be what season 1 could have been. Because they could have started with this storyline.
They should have.
They should have. So, Stuart, you ready for the big reveal? The big detail reveal? Yes. Boom! There's a Klingon face.
Zoom.
With a lightsaber.
Sorry, I should sound of the lightsaber firing up. Sorry.
Yeah, he has a staff that shoots double electric bolts out of each side. Not going to talk about that yet, because, whatever. But the face, Stuart, I frame by frame went on this trailer and got the best, clearest still of this dude. Thoughts?
I gotta say, I'm happy because he does look like a Klingon that we're used to from DS9 or TNG. It doesn't... I know they have 4 nostrils now, but this doesn't really show that so much. It just looks like they're spaced farther apart. So I don't know if it's just the lighting in this scene, particularly, as it might be.
It's not great.
Or if the mustache covers up the second nostril.
Well,
I don't know.
The Klingons always had 2 ridges. It wasn't too necessary. Yeah, so there was always something there, just extended that detail. Now, does he have eyebrows?
Yes, he does.
Okay. It just they're very sort of, they could be war paint as well.
Yeah. Well, no, I think there are eyebrows. I can see the texture in there.
Yeah.
But you can see the red war paint, which we saw with.
Oh, in Discovery. Oh, Cole.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's got the same kind of war paint going on here, so
House
could be a member of the same house. He's also good. He's obviously an older Klingon, so I'm personally happy because this kind of fixes all the issues that, like you said, that elongated skull, the lack of ears, stuff that was blatantly visible when they had no hair. Now, why did they have no hair? Was it announced? That actually it was announced. So
Yeah.
tell me why they had no hair.
Oh, you guys. Well, apparently it's because during war they shave their heads, which
Right.
in itself doesn't work.
No,
Because they've
they're
been.
always at war with somebody.
Yeah, I'm assuming they mean like empire-spanning war, but then Gowron and Martok should shave their heads, and believe me, they didn't want to because budget. Save budget by not having to have a, no, it doesn't quite work. Although apparently, and they know this going in that doesn't quite work. But just like the DS9 thing of we don't talk about outsiders for the smooth heads doesn't quite work. It's one of those classic. Well, we're trying to fix what happened. This is very much a fixing the Brian Fuller forced thing. This is what this is. It's not a because we want to. It's because we need to. We can now bring it back to what we would have done, and I've got a point about that in a second. But the whole thing about war, like the actress who plays Zarel, she did tweet saying, "Well, this is 100 years, until DS9 and culture changes and traditions change." So sure, and I can buy that. After the dark 100 years in between, they went back to feudal old traditions and then just said, yeah, we're better than that now, and then we never did it again. So just doing one weird dark... it's the Dark Ages. Look at the Klingons we got. Less honourable, more radical, really dickish. I don't know. They're not a good time of Klingons. Yes, Enterprise ones were like marauding pirates and a bit of, but they were at least... Click on it.
Yeah, for me, the whole thing about shaving during war doesn't add up. But that could go back to the whole Takuvama ancient sect idea, but I don't know why all 24 houses would have done it then.
Before they were at war as well.
Yeah, exactly. It is a nice kind of cover for what actually happened with the Brian Fuller thing, but it doesn't really work for me. It's interesting, and I understand why they're saying it because they need to explain it somehow. Because like we said that when we were reviewing this first time around. I don't have a problem with bald Klingons, but I just don't want all of them bald. And all the ones we saw on Kronos and everything were all, bald. And it's like, that just doesn't make sense. So
because I went back and watched Star Trek 3, and most of the side Klingons, like this portion of their head is also bald. They just have hair like from this bit. Mm-hmm. Like there's a lot less. It's not like big bushy hair. So there is a lot
even
of variation.
Chang has a little bit of hair back there, I think.
Chang is the big bald one, and it's fine. Give us a reason. But yeah, although to be fair, the way they've done it, who knows? This Blu-ray might go in and fix two canonical things in the story. All you have to do to fix the D7 problem is just call it that when the computer calls out the D7 as being a D7, it's not. Change that voiceover into something else. Boom, you fix that one little stupid canon problem. And the hologram, the only time we see pre-war Klingons, except Takuvma when he's being hit in the past, whatever. Add hair to those digital holograms, which are already a digital effect. If they were to do that, then they would retcon back their previous thing, and then you could buy every Klingon shaves their head from that point onward. Although, guys, the daily upkeep of shaving your head, eyebrows, moustache, beard, of your entire scaled head... I'm sure they're doing laser hair removal and just like kill it. We're going to be at war for a year.
Well, they need to make sure their batleth and their mekla or whatever it's called are sharp. Yeah,
but they're not shaving their heads every day, are they? They're not Riddick.
They might have 5 o'clock shadow going into a battle. I don't know.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah. That's a lot of It's got to be like we're going to take this one drug that makes it all fall out, because they're not going to shave their heads every day before every battle. And even the random dudes in Kronos that have nothing to do with anything, it's like...
They just have Nair in bulk. They just spread Nair all over their body in the morning.
But can you imagine, though, if the word comes down from Kronos and you're the outer rim at a farmer, war has come! Everyone will shave their head for the next, every day for the next however many years. The guy's like, oh, for God's sake, it takes 2 hours every day. I'm a farming. Why am I doing it? God damn it, guys. Stop going to war. I want my hair. Anyway, sorry, tangent. Now, one thing that people say, this is why Trekyards is fun, garbage things I say. No. So one thing people were saying about this Klingon, or lots of people were saying, and you specifically said this fixes everything. This still doesn't look like a Klingon. In the direct sense. You've now put hair back onto what some people call annoyingly a Klingork. The original version, and we'll see Lorel in a moment, does look super far away from a Klingon beyond this ridge part. Everything else is different, apart from the nose and the ridge. Everything else is different. This adds hair and fixes all the other stuff, but the head itself is still super their Klingon. So it's not a Klingon-looking Klingon so much as a modernized, ultra maked-up Klingon. Now, how do you then feel? Because it doesn't. If you put this next to General Martok, you'd say, well, he's an alien, he's a Klingon dude. Klingon. I mean, they still look radically different.
I kind of disagree with you on that.
Well, people. I'm just putting the other opinion on that.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I disagree with that personally. Now, as you were talking, I was taking a look at a little bit closer at this picture, and I realized he actually has two sets of eyebrows by the looks of it, because Klingons have two sets of everything apparently. But I don't know. I think they look Klingon enough. It is a visual reimagining of a Klingon still, and showing that alien diversity, and I don't have a problem with that. But then it's obviously not Prime, because we know how the Klingons look in Prime. So it is the Discoverse again. I gotta reiterate that. That's my thoughts on the matter. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is where again they could, and this is where the next L'Rell's interesting. They could really give us the diversification of the Klingon culture in this next season, because this chap is still very full-on Discovery makeup. If you had all the plethora of low-end makeup, like Worf's not wife, baby mama, she was super subtle. She was a half, but like very, very subtle. So it'd be if in season 2 they said, right, we're gonna have these 27 makeups, and then the entire range from no ridges, which is they should be, to full Discovery, which you could still have that could stay bald, and then you see a diversification where you're then suddenly saying, oh, any ridge format, any amount works, which would make sense, rather than saying all Klingons like Discovery Klingons. Now we're retconning out of that, because there is the hugely diverse empire. It's silly to say this represents all Klingons, because we know it doesn't, but you can say it represents one planet. It didn't, because that's the way the show showed us, but they're retconning this is a planet or a house or a gene pool or whatever. So if they're super clever, which they haven't been so far, but the way they design the Enterprise is reasonably clever, so there are some, and we'll see. So this dude might just be a more Discovery era Klingon on the lineup, but there are other ones that are much more normal, which would mean it's not a visual reboot, it's just a diversification of the race. But if it was just a visual reboot, at least the hair adds so much. He kind of looks like a samurai warrior more now, though, like an old-timey.
Yeah, a little bit.
And certainly,
I mean, even the cranial ridges look like the helmets of the samurai.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it's like a look, it's like a feel. And obviously, lots of people said, Wraith warrior, looks like a Wraith. I mean, sure, but they also had a Wraith cruiser in season 1. I mean, it's just to do with the long white hair. I mean, okay, sure, but most won't look like this. Although this guy is so old, he probably saw Enterprise, so he did look normal once. Speaking of, Stuart, the next picture is the other Klingon. Now you can see how much more subtle she is, makeup-wise. What do you think here?
Well, I think it's L'Rell, obviously, with hair, and it's fine. It is much more subtle. However, it does have still that Klingon feel to me, so that's fine. Now, the interesting thing about the scene, though, if you go back and watch it a few times, is whatever she's holding is like this green glow throughout her body that kind of scrolls around her face. So I don't know if it's showing her how she should look with hair. I don't know. But anyway, it's just an interesting scene if you actually go back and watch. I didn't notice that the first time, but with the lighting, when we were on the live, trying to get a good frame, you notice it scrolling up.
Well, people said it might be pain stick. She might be doing some sort of honor ritual to prove herself to this older Klingon. Because it's in the same set of scenes. I mean, that's certainly implied. And it looks like she's holding a device that is similar to that stick. So I mean, it would certainly. And she's in a big group scene where the lightning's happening. So I mean, we assume she is. But
the one thing that bothers me about this though is her neck. It's very, very alien and very non-Klingon in my opinion. I do like the robe she's wearing look interesting, but this just kind of bothers me.
It's super Zindi or Voth or any alien of the week. Yeah, that's what I was going for. So reptilian, yeah. And it's like, oh, because that does pull you out of it instantly. Now I did point out, I think in the live, that L'Rell should have massive scarring on her face, which she didn't get fixed throughout or she no, she was taken captive at that point. Yeah, so I'm sure they got it fixed. Maybe that's a remnant from whatever surgery she had to fix her face. But again, it would seem strange because you could just not have that, and it would look cleaner. But then she'd look too human, I guess. I mean, she always looks Romulan. If you took out these bits of ridges, she looks like a reboot Romulan, as in the Nemesis versions, and so that's kind of odd in itself.
Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, I never really considered that.
Or what if she's a Romulan Klingon hybrid? The spy house, because they consort with Romulans.
Well, they needed to get the cloaking device.
They did need to. Maybe she's the one that got them the cloaking device, and that's why
Dun,
she's.
dun, dun.
And then yeah, but I mean, she does look a lot more strange with hair, because we're so used to seeing her not with hair. But it obviously much more humanized, much more relatable, much softer, and I can instantly see the amount of makeup on her. This portion of her face is so much removed. She has cheekbones now, because the original Discovery Klingon was a full mask, whereas the original Klingons, obviously original Klingons with blackface and moustache and stuff. But then later on it was, forehead piece, which actually had the hair as part of it normally, and then these tips were just stuck on. So they could use all of these. All of this piece was usable in emoting. If you cut to the next picture, this is what Lorel did look like. And you can see there's so little of her head in that. You can see she's got fake lips, she's got fake cheeks, she's got fake nose, she's got fake ears. Everything is makeup. Everything is fake. So she's going to be able to act so much better in this season.
And maybe speak properly.
Yeah. I mean, just cut back. Well, I guess we'll do a comparison, but just the lips are so much smaller. But this is what she did look like. I mean, is it now you've seen the Klingons with hair? Look at this makeup. What do you think if you were looking at this makeup from a fresh? Does it even look Klingon? I mean, it never did.
No.
But I mean,
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
really stands out, doesn't it now?
Yeah, I do notice the neck though. I never noticed the neck before until see it in the trailer. And now looking back at that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we go to the next picture, this is interesting because this shows the comparison of her before, her now. If this is her, there's been some speculation this isn't her, and I can see why. If you look at the ridges on her forehead, they're quite different shaped and it's much smaller, more subtle. So it's interesting.
But as I said, she looks. If you look at her compared to the actress, you can clearly see her chin. You can clearly see her cheekbones.
Maybe it's a twin sister or something though. That's played by the same actress.
Yep. Sure. I mean,
I'm just trying because honestly, if you look at if ridges are like fingerprints and are a family trait, it looks different enough to be a different.
I do have a solution to that though. Remember, she burned half her face, so she had to have ridges reconstruction surgery.
Yeah, I buy that.
Yeah, I mean, and we know they can completely remove ridges and second hearts with, Tyler Vox. There's no reason why they couldn't,
And reconstruct ridges, as we saw in Core and Kang from
Yep.
TOS to Deep Space Nine.
Yep, exactly. And I have a slight internal theory that she actively, in this process, if it's just retcon, that's fine. But if this was slightly intentional as well, that she wanted to look a bit more classic Klingon, human, so that Tyler might be that side of him, because she still loves
More
him.
attracted to her.
That's what I mean. Yeah, because I mean, honestly, she's not bad looking. You know what I mean? The neck looks like a burn victim, but it's it's not actually it kind of works for her, honestly.
And going back to our history,
What, you and mine, or
no, human history, to become royalty, she is chancellor now, right? So is she getting reconstructive surgery to tie in with an emperor line of older Klingons, so she looks more like that line of Klingon to kind of unify the houses? I don't know. That's a possibility because a lot of people do that kind of thing.
Well, we'll double down
throughout history.
We have got smoothheads, we have got normal Klingons, we have got Discovery. There must be. That's the canon. So if she's making a more everything approach, reconstruct it not to be a radical sect of T'Kuvma, not like the really, that should be more relatable to all Klingons rather than just the Discovery radical Klingons. But I mean, like I say, she looks far more like the actress than the previous version of Lorel. That's the confusing thing. So if you look at it as a reboot of the reboot, awesome job. But compared to the season 1, I mean, it is. But then again, she has got all the same pieces, the two ridges in the same place. She's got the same style, just as half of them and they're less protruent. And then she has got the nose, and she has got the piece here, so it's less. Everything's just less, which would work with a more subtle makeup, which lets her act, emote, and look more Klingon. So it's like this bringing down refinement.
Well, it's odd because there's so many similarities, but so many subtle differences that it could be her, and it could maybe not be her.
Yep.
It could be a sister or something.
Yep.
Like, it's just...
Yeah.
It's really hard to say, and trailers are meant to be deceiving. Trailers really lead you on, and we love speculating about them and going back and watching it later. So I don't know if this is her. I assume it is. I don't think that they expected people to put side-by-side comparisons and talk about it for 20 minutes.
Well,
but
no,
here we are. Welcome to Trekyards. Hi, guys. CBS, you should know we exist.
No, it's yeah. This makes sense if it's symptomatic of this is a double reboot of Klingons, a reboot. This would be perfect, pretty much. Visual update. Again, the neck's a bit strange, but whatever. Update. Clearly Klingon, just a bit more alien, but clearly not what season 1 was. But if it's not the rel, I mean, that would be strange because we only know one woman Klingon that we have any interest in, and they show one woman Klingon with Tyler. I mean, it's just super heavy-handed. Look, it's L'Rell. Think something's happening to her, and obviously this would be the good payoff. Seeing, if you do expect fans to nitpick and look, it's like, well, damn, look at the update. Look at what we've done to make fans happy, to try and link to canon. Hefty improvement. But then again, as with the Enterprise, why should we accept something that's almost getting closer when the canon exists and they've got it wrong in the first place? We're Stockholmed that it should be one thing. They went the wrong direction. They're updating it a little more, but it's still not the correct Klingon. So why should we give them props for making it better, but not fixing their biggest problem? And Klingons are a big problem given how big they were in season 1. You know what I mean? It's weird to give them that much credit when it's still not the correct Klingon look. It's weird that with a visual reboot. It's like you gotta give them credit, but you also shouldn't give them credit. It's tricky.
Yeah, so lots to think about, lots to talk about, guys. I just noticed the nose. The nose is a little bit more subtle in the new one. But I'm really looking forward to hearing your thoughts and comments. Please put them down below. What do you think about this Klingon? Is this her? Is this L'Rell? What do you think of the new Klingon look, adding hair? Is it going to is it going to fix the Klingons, or are they going to diversify them and have, as we've said many times, the smooth heads, the imperial-looking Klingons, and then the Klingon orcs, as some people call them,
or Takuvma radicals.
Yeah, which I wouldn't have a problem with. That's, I think, the way they should do it, and it should be handled. So,
but I'm kind of impressed though, because we didn't know what they were going to do, and originally we thought, okay, we'll just see Discovery Klingons looking wrong, but then see some Prime Klingons. But if they're actively trying to fix the Discovery Klingons and give them hair, then we might get that same balance, but also not have the extreme, which would be lovely, because we don't need that extreme. We don't want that extreme. That's going to be quite nice. That's
right.
Well done, guys. So, good job.
Yeah. So comment, please, like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification icon, visit all our social media, hang out with us. We got a lot of cool stuff. Check the description below for all of that. And I guess until next time, I'm Captain Foley.
And I am Commander Kongs. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.